Hi everybody. So I am hanging out here with our chickens in the garden. It is early spring, and last year I filmed this video for you guys, but we kind of have not been YouTubing much lately. We're gonna get back into it. So this is a video that I did about getting a jump on your spring garden. And so we wanted to share it with you and see if it was useful. It was great for us last year. We started a lot of early stuff like kale, spinach, some cold hardy stuff, beets, things like that. You can actually start them as soon as the soil is workable. It's sort of end of March right now here in New England. So we wanted to show you, this is our miracle spinach, we're calling it. It's basically, this is some spinach that we planted at the end of the season last year and forgot about it. Basically, I left it under this glass cloche, and which is real heavy duty. It didn't crack in the winter weather, which was kind of a miracle in and of itself. But this spinach has been hanging out under this thing all winter. It was buried in snow, completely buried, frozen solid, but apparently not, because it stayed green throughout the entire winter here and did just fine, and it's really good. So, it's still very sweet too. So anyway, it's possible to grow lots of things in the colder weather if you cover them and keep them warm and insulated. So we're going to show you how. So first of all, what you need is a thick, this is a 2 mil heavy drop cloth, painter's drop cloth. These are not too expensive. There's greenhouse fabric that you can buy that will last for generations, but it's also very expensive. So I went with the clear drop cloth, heavy duty weight. This will stand up to the wind, and at least I'm told it will, and it's very economical. So you'll need a drop cloth, you will need, pardon my shadow, you'll need one of these or a saw to cut the plastic pipe, PVC pipe. This is a, I don't know what this thing is called, a pipe cutter, I guess. And but if you don't want to invest in one of these, or you can't borrow one from a neighbor, just use a little handsaw or whatever you have. These cut pretty easy. Then you will need some lengths of 1/2 inch PVC. Whatever you have is great. Some people use other things. This stuff is really cheap. Fits in my car pretty easily, and it's because it's bendy, and so that's what I decided to go with. So the first thing you're going to do is measure how big of an arch you need for your raised bed. And as you can see, my poor garden is empty, but this is the raised bed I have. It's not real deep. I used reclaimed wood and stained it with deck stain that I had left over. So some of these are not the most organic options, but they're not going to leach much chemicals because this bed is open to the ground, so the water goes straight through. It's not going to stay and suck up into your veggies as much. And plus, I think it's probably better than pressure treated anyway. So this is a good size. I didn't want to go too far, and what I did was, I don't know if you can see, I've just bent it down into the sides of the bed, and I don't even have to do anything to secure that. It's going to stay just from the tension, because it's deep enough in there that it's not going to go anywhere. What I'm also going to do is put some one length across the top to kind of attach it together, and I'll just use some screws to do that, so that the things, because they can't go side to side, but they could potentially fall over sideways, so widthwise I should say. So I am going to I think I'm going to need 4 of these, so I'm going to reposition them a little bit, and then I will show you how it looks when I have the cross pieces. So here's the completed frame. Nothing fancy. Whoa, just almost killed myself. So it's actually a little crooked, but I don't think I care because that way it'll give a little more space on the side there. I don't think the veggies are gonna care. All I did was put some screws right through the top. Nothing difficult. They're just a regular, kind of like a deck screw, and I didn't need to pre-drill or anything. They just, you kind of have to get them, hold them and be a little patient to get them started, but they just go right in. I overlapped them because I figured I could always take this apart and use those pieces for something else. So rather than cut a small piece for the end here, I just kind of left them all big. And that is the frame. Pretty simple. Took about 10 minutes total. And now I'm going to put on the fabric. Well, plastic. And here is the finished product. It is not fancy, but it doesn't have to be. This I just kind of nailed down on this side so I don't have to deal with that blowing away. On the edges, the long edges, I took a piece of decking, like a deck railing, and I just rolled the plastic up in around that and kind of just tuck it inside, if you can see that. And it's gonna stay there just fine. We'll see. If it doesn't, I'll do something different. But this seems like an easy way because I need to get under there to plant when this warms up a little. And the other side, same thing. I just tucked it in. So I think that's gonna do it. It's already starting to heat up in there. You can see the condensation on the inside of the plastic. So apparently that works good. As long as it doesn't rip to shreds. It's not as heavy plastic as I would have liked, but for I think like $4 or $5, it's pretty good. So hope you like this idea, and maybe it'll inspire you to get veggies planted in your garden a little earlier. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Mmm.